Hey, hi, how's it going? We have got a little bit of planting to do today and then a little bit of moving, some things to do today. And probably somebody's gonna ask, why haven't I finished painting this? Because it's been raining. It's been wet here. There hasn't been enough time. And I just need to get plants in the ground more than I need to paint. And I don't even have plants for this area yet to plant up. So we have time. Anyways, we are planting these beautiful little daisies today. These are marguerite daisies. These ones are called pure white butterfly. And I've never grown them before, and they're really, really pretty. And I'm just kind of a little sucker for a daisy in the garden. So I have 5 of these. It says that they get about 36 inches tall. We'll see about that. Could get taller, could get shorter, could be exactly 36 inches. Yeah, it says 18 to 36 inches tall. And spacing, it says like 12 to 14 inches. So I'm guessing that they kind of like have like a vase shape to them. I've never grown these daisies before, so I'm really excited to see what these guys do. And these want as much sun as they can possibly get, and they are an annual except for in zones 10 and above. So there's a chance that maybe I could get these to winter over for me, but we'll see. I just love the little pop of white flowers, and I thought these would be kind of pretty dotted around the garden. I'm not going to do them in a big drift. I'm going to just do like one here, one there, one here, one there, a little bit of everywhere. I thought they would be really, really pretty. And then we've got to move a dahlia today, and I need to plant some more seedlings. Couldn't remember the word for seedlings. Anyways, let's figure out where these guys are gonna go. I just realized it said 36 inches, which is like 3 feet tall. That's huge. In my brain, 36 inches was not 3 feet tall when I ordered these. I thought that they were gonna get like a foot tall. Now we gotta figure out where I'm gonna put these. Oh my gosh. Okay, that changes what I'm doing with my life. What a mess. I came out to the greenhouse really quick to make my label because I'm trying to be better at labeling everything. And I wanted to say, I've never grown this plant before, and I just looked it up on the Proven Winners website, and it kind of has mixed reviews. So it's got some 5-star reviews, some 4-star reviews, and it's got like 4 or 5 1-star reviews, and then it's got like 4 or 5 1-star reviews. So the reviews on this plant are mixed. So I'm gonna say I'm really excited to grow it, but we will see how it performs. And so with that, I do wanna say, like, if I'm growing a new plant, always kind of take it, or if you see anybody growing a new plant, kind of take it with a grain of salt. Don't just run out and buy it just because you see somebody growing it. Kind of like sit on it and be like, okay, is that the right plant that I want to grow? This is their first time growing it, and they're excited about it, but does that mean it's actually going to perform well? We shall see. I want to hope that it performs well for me because I do like marguerite daisies a lot. I think that they're really, really, really pretty. It's got mixed reviews though, and it's got mixed reviews from people in like hot climates and people in cold climates. So it's kind of scattered. So I just want to say, if you see me planting a new plant, and I'm usually excited because I bought the plant. I'm usually excited about getting the plant in my garden, and I'm hopeful that it performs well, but that doesn't always mean that it performs well. Sometimes I'll get a plant in, and then like a couple months later, I'm like, I hate that plant. I don't like what it's doing, and I yank it out. And I've had some people who've like bought the plant just because they saw I planted the plant, and then I took it out, and they're like, well, why did you take that plant out? You were so excited about it. I will say, I do reserve the right to change my mind, and sometimes I get really excited about a plant, and then you put it in the space and it doesn't perform the way that you thought it was going to perform or whatever, and it is perfectly okay to take a plant out. Not every plant is meant for your garden. So I'm gonna make this label really quick, and then we're gonna walk around and try to find some places for all of these plants. daisies are in, and as always, little annuals they don't look like much when you first plant them. So we've got one of them tucked in right back here, and I thought that would be kind of a nice little fun pop of white. And I would love to go in with something even taller back behind that. I think that that would be really nice and needed. I did plant, I don't think I even showed you guys this, some hyacinth beans right here. So they're coming up, they're doing okay. I'm happy with that. And I would love if those grew up the telephone pole. I thought that would be really pretty. And then if we come down this way, in this bed, there's a second one. So it'll be right there in between a dahlia and in between a, the Indian summer Rebecca. So Rebecca there, and then the daisy there. And then I've got Dahlia Fifi right there. At least I think I have Rebecca right there. I've got a Rebecca right there. Why would I have a second one there? One Rebecca there. Not quite sure who's right there. That's what I get for not labeling things. We'll see what happens, what pops up. Anyways, this way, there is one of them right underneath this foxglove. These are the Dalmatian purple foxglove. I grew them last year. These ones are the ones that just kind of like came back, and then there's a whole bunch of little seedlings that came up, which is really, really exciting. So one of those is right there. Thought that would be really pretty, especially once those foxgloves start to die back down to the ground. And then we'll come over this way. There's one right there, which would be a nice little pop of white color. I realize there's not really any white in this bed, so that'll be really, really nice. And then I also have another one of the Indian summer Rebecca right there, tucked in. And this is the one that I labeled. I figured it's kind of the most like front and center one, so we'll label that one. And then the last one is right over here, over in this bed. And I thought that would be perfect, a nice little pop of white color. I am still so in love with these foxglove. They're so pretty. Couldn't be happier with it. Well, those are going to be really great in those spots. Now I need to move a dahlia. I've got one that I had planted, and I had planned to cut back a salvia, and I never cut the salvia back. And now the salvia looks really good, and I will not be cutting it back. And the dahlia is not going to get enough light where it is at, and it's going to be severely unhappy. And it's starting to come up out of the ground, but it's being completely covered by the salvia. So we're going to move it really quickly, and I'm just gonna move it over. Let me show you what I mean. So currently it's in that bed, and we're going to just move it over here. So I'm gonna tuck it in kind of this little hole that I've got going on right there. I thought that would be a nice little pop of dahlia. I think it's Fifi that I have over there. I can't quite remember. I've got it labeled. But I've also got some of the gombrina right there. So it'll be like a nice tall gombrina. And then I've got the low petunias right here. These are the ones called fuchsia. And then I figured a nice little dahlia pop would be kind of fun. So I've got this salvia right here. This one is, it's a fuchsia one. It's rockin' a fuchsia. And this is supposed to just be an annual, but obviously it did not just annual. It came back for me very, very hard. It never died back. And by the time I was able to like have a moment to like think about even wanting to cut it back, it started to look really, really, really good. And I think this is just one plant. This might be two plants, but they're so pretty. The hummingbirds absolutely love it, and so do the bumblebees. I see bumblebees on this all the time, which is really, really cool. But we have an issue because I have a dahlia planted. Yep, it's Fifi. It's tucked in. It's right there. So obviously that's not going to be enough light for it. So this needs to get dug up and moved. Not ideal to do it right now while it's starting to like leaf out, but it needs to happen now because otherwise it won't survive. It's just going to be too much shade for this thing. I'm going to try to get as much of the roots on that as I possibly can, digging like a really, really big hole under and around it, hopefully to not disrupt the roots. This is not ideal. Ideally I would have cut that salvia back, and what would have happened was the dahlia could have grown and then it would have been able to compete, but I don't think it's going to be able to compete. So if I'd also planted it like a foot over, it would have been a lot happier, but that's what happens around here. Let's get that moved. Fifi is going to be so happy there. Dahlias want as much sun as you can possibly give them. This is going to be a full sun area, so it should be very, very, very happy here. A lot happier than having to compete with the salvia, which actually has a hummingbird on it. The hummingbirds love salvia. I'm a very big advocate for salvia. They love anything that's got tubular shaped flowers on it. And so this salvia is amazing for that. So definitely plant salvia in your garden, and also dahlias. I love dahlias. I think they're so beautiful. You can cut on them. You get a decent amount of blooms from them. And they're just really pretty. And Fifi's a really, really good one too. I grew this one last year, and this is one that I just kind of left the tubers in the ground, and it did well for me. So last thing that we're going to do today is I've got some seedlings that need to get in the ground. And I'm not sure how well they're going to take to transplant, because it's not one that does transplant very well. So the last thing that we're going to do today is we're going to be planting some me. So I've got a few of them. They're a little floppy. They're a little thirsty right now. I did not water them yesterday. I had planned on getting them in the ground yesterday. They're also covered in aphids, so we're not going to judge that. I think once I get them in the ground, they'll be less stressed, and then they won't have aphids. I also think that like I'm finding ladybugs around the garden, so I think that the ladybugs will find them. So this is a me. I've got Purple Kisses and I've got Dara. I've grown both of these before. I absolutely love a me. I think it's really pretty. It's also known as false Queen Anne's lace. It's a wild carrot, and so it's a carrot, but you grow it for the blooms because the blooms are very lacy and very beautiful. It is still considered a toxic plant, not poisonous, but toxic. So just be mindful of that. If you have small ones or animals that eat your plants, this is probably one that I would steer clear of. We don't have that issue here, so I plant poisonous and toxic plants in my garden because, like I said, I don't worry about it. But they get to a really good size, and they're really great for like cut flowers. But they are pretty thirsty, and they don't do well with transplants. So this is one that if you're able to plant it where you want it, that's best, because it is a carrot, and carrots typically don't do well with being transplanted. And these do have aphids, which I've never really dealt with aphids on my Queen Anne's lace before, but I think because they're so stressed out, they've got aphids. Let me show you those. So see all the specks right there? Those are all aphids. If I really wanted to, I could come through and I could just like crush them, which I will try to get a good amount of them off, or I could come through and spray it, or I can just plant them and let nature kind of take care of it, which is probably what I'm mostly going to do. I will come through and I will get anybody that I see, like if there's like a big infestation on some of these, which there was on that one, I'll come through and I will squish all of those off. But for the most part, I think I'm going to just kind of leave them. But I'm gonna let just kind of nature do its thing on these guys. So we're gonna plant these up in the front garden. I've got a section where I've got some hydrangeas. They're like storm-proof hydrangeas, and if we're being honest, I'm not the biggest fan of them. They're just taking their sweet time to do anything. Originally what I wanted to put there was one called Little Hottie. My friend Sky, she's over on Instagram, and her page is called Hamilton House Design. She is like the hydrangea queen, and she grows a million hydrangeas. Her hydrangeas are beautiful. She lives in Utah, and she gets to the same temperature that we get to, like 110 every single year, and she grows beautiful hydrangeas. And she said Little Hottie is a great one for those of us in really hot climates. And I really wanted to grow them. I just was having a hard time finding them. And then Proven Winners, they had offered to, sorry about the train, they offered to send me these stormproof ones, and I was like, yeah, sure, we'll try that one. I'm not loving it. So I'm gonna give them another year, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so they're planted. So I've got 3 hydrangeas here. You can see that one looks really pathetic. And then there are 2 of them here. And then I have these evergreens, and I'm not liking them either. It was supposed to be like a boxwood alternative. They're iffy. They're like turning yellow. We'll see how long I leave them in my garden. Anyways, I've got amaranth there. Those transplanted really, really nicely. And then the Ami, I gave those a really good drink of water because the soil that's here is a little bit dry, and they were also very, very dry. So I did 4 of them right here, 4 of them over there. And super funny, one that I had planted here, I had planted them here a couple years ago. It looks like one decided to come up. So I didn't just put this one in. This one decided to join the party, I guess. So it's cool that I decided to have these ones up here because I don't know what color this one is. This one might be Purple Kisses also, because those are the only ones I've ever grown is Dara and Purple Kisses. And so super funny that there's one already here doing super well. So I'm hoping that these guys here also catch up. But I think that this is where we say goodbye. So I got a few of them planted in the backyard, which will lend to the repetition up in the front yard, which will be really, really nice. These guys should do really well. We did a lot in the garden today. That was a productive day. I got some things that I gotta go do inside. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Easy day in the garden. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.